Lad, it's time we tried my latest invention. The movie inserter. It's virtual reality to the next level. You just pop on Netflix or the big screen, whatever, put these on, and you're in the movie. Ah, I can't see a thing. Who turned out the lights? Gromit! Wallace and Gromit in Vengeance Most Foul, directed by Nick Park and Merlin Crossing Man, and is the sixth Wallace and Gromit installment overall, as well as the second Aardman Netflix release after Chicken Run Dawn of the Nuggets a year prior. So, Vengeance Most Foul tells the story. This is technically a sequel to The Wrong Trousers. We see in a flashback in the opening prologue to this movie that Feathers switched to the blue diamond that he stole from the museum with a turnip, and uses Wallace's recent invention, the gnome, a Norbot, to program it for evil to frame Wallace for the Norbots are going berserker to escape his jail in the zoo. Frame Wallace and Gromit for stealing the diamond and getting away with it scot-free, to get his revenge on the duo for imprisoning him. Meanwhile, PC McAgee attempts to prove herself to Constable McIntosh from Curse of the Were-Rabbit. My Wallace and Gromit marathon has led to this. We are finally here, folks. I mean, welcome back, Wallace and Gromit. It's been a while. Been 16 years since since their previous movie. Even though we did have the TV show World of Inventions in 2010, yeah, Wallace and Gromit have taken a long break from movies, and this is only the second feature-length outing that they've had. When it's premiered on BBC One Christmas Day last year, as is the tradition with all Wallace and Gromit straight-to-TV movies. The majority have raved about Vengeance Most Foul and have loved it. I have seen people go as far as call this their second favourite Wallace and Gromit movie, second only to The Wrong Trousers, and I mean, I guess I have the unpopular opinion and I'm in the minority here, but me and my good friend Ollie Pajak from Pajak's Perspective both felt that there was kind of something missing from this one. Like, we wanted more. I mean, maybe this is better than A Matter of Loaf and Death just by a margin, but yeah, I would still say Vengeance Most Foul, yeah, is one of the weakest Wallace and Gromit movies. Certainly the most overrated one. In fact, I do think it is, well, uh, uh, certainly the most overrated one, as I do. It is still pretty enjoyable, but well, I don't get what all the fuss is about personally. And Aardman, I think, have still yet to make a masterpiece in the 2020s. But let's talk about the uh, good that Vengeance Most Foul delivers on as a follow-up to The Wrong Trousers. Of course, the claymation animation, flawless. You can see that, like the other Wallace and Gromit movies, years went into making this one, and I applaud Nick Park for never CGIing Wallace and Gromit and sticking with the claymation formats. And the second half of this movie is the best paced pass and certainly the most entertaining and gripping part. That's where it does find its footing. Not to mention the Norbots is well a noble new invention of Wallace. I mean, we did see a gnome in Mrs. Malt's garden set off the alarm in Curse of the Were-Rabbit. So it is neat that they have expanded on that idea and have Wallace literally invent a gnome that can do all your household chores for you, just like that. It's literally the it's like a gnome android. It's and Wallace and Gromit's friendship truly shines here, particularly when we see Wallace just overdoing his inventions to uh, the point where Gromit can't do anything for him anymore. When a Gromit nearly dies in the barge and chase climax, and Wallace is like, "I can't live without my best pal." I mean, this is the Wallace we want to see. I mean, so that's why I take this over a Massive Loaf and Death, because Wallace is more likable here and treats Gromit so much better. Gromit being the one in peril in the climax did make a fresh change. Plus, PC Makaji, yeah, she is a perfect noob supporting character for this film. It is delightful we get to see PC Constable Macintosh from Curse of the Were-Rabbit return, with Peter Kay reprising his role, though it is a pity we have no mention or never get to see Lady Tossington in this one, or even Fluffles. So that kind of makes Gromit's romance with Fluffles in the last movie redundant, but still PC Makaji as the strong female lead in this movie. She does a cracking job at that, and she's often a lot smarter than her boss, so she knows that Feathers is has escaped and is on the barge, and she knows Wallace and Gromit's innocence. But when he sees Feathers dressed as a nun, he's just like, "Nah, that's just a nun." And you just face palm, like how Gromit would groan every time a Wallace didn't guess it. And yeah, and I can see why they would bring back Feathers McGraw, as he is the most beloved Wallace and Gromit antagonist for most people. And there are some, well, stellar gags with him, like him stroking the seal in his lair, like a callback to Blofeld stroking his white cat in James Bond, and even designing Feathers' lair like the Penguin from Batman. And this is the second time in a Wallace and Gromit movie that Wallace says the title of the movie, like he said the wrong trousers. He even says in this movie, "That's vengeance, most foul." And Peter Griffin would be screaming, he said it, he said it. But here's where Vengeance Most Foul falls short of being the uh, masterpiece that it could have been. It would have worked better as a short film. This is the one Wallace and Gromit movie where I say the pacing felt inconsistent. Man, is that first half a drag to get through, where it feels like filler and it takes forever for Feathers to break out of his damn cell. Even if the second half does get better, and the barger chase climax, it's still uh, highly enjoyable finale. It's just not on the same level as the outstanding trainer fights from the wrong trousers. It feels more tame and clean in comparison to that. And yeah, this Vengeance Most Foul, it does feel like, well, the most light-hearted. Most of the Wallace and Gromit films have been very dark in tone, whereas this one just felt like it was playing its story too safe, like with with Feathers, uh, Wallace stealing the diamond again, and because he spends so long in a jail, you don't feel the threat of him until too late in the day. And Feathers gets away with the turnip. Yes, he didn't succeed in stealing the diamonds again, but he doesn't get a proper comeuppance. So are they just setting up, a Feathers McGraw trilogy now? So is he going to make a third appearance? I mean, I hope that his third outing can deliver the goods, because if it just feels like the same thing again, then the Feathers McGraw trilogy will feel tired. And if this was going to be a feature-length film, not only could the pacing have been uh, improved upon, but so why not release it cinematically? Why just put it on Netflix? It's a real shame that Curse of the Were-Rabbit is the only time we've seen Wallace and Gromit on the big screen, and maybe the only time we'll ever see them on the big screen. But though that said, one big positive I nearly forgot to mention was Ben Whitehead as Wallace. The dude did a awesome Peter Sallis impression to the point where you forget it's not Peter Sallis voicing him, and sadly, Peter Sallis passed away in June 2017, age 96. So, of course, if the Wallace and Gromit franchise was going to continue, they would not have a choice but to recast Wallace. But Ben Whitehead, he uh, did well. He's the worthiest successor to Peter Sallis for sure. So thank you, man, for honouring Peter Sallis's legacy. So overall, Vengeance Most Foul. This is still a satisfactory sequel to The Wrong Trousers. It's good, just not great. But is this the best animated movie of 2024 that it could have been? Heck no. I could think of, well, at least four that are better than this. I give Vengeance Most Foul 3 stars out of 5. Good movie. So there we have it, so ladies and gentlemen, every single Wallace and Gromit movie on my channel reviewed, and boy, am I pumped to do the Wallace and Gromit ranking now. Well, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. And what are your thoughts on Vengeance Most Foul, and how does it compare to the previous Wallace and Gromit outings? Please comment and let me know. Please like to hear and subscribe. Please follow me on Twitter and on Instagram. And I'll see you all next time when I rank the Wallace and Gromit movies. And I should be able to review Sonic 3 soon. And remember, movies are us. Bye, guys.